This year, we're celebrating Her Majesty the Queen's 93rd birthday. Queen Elizabeth II is the longest reigning British monarch and has held regular evening meetings with 13 British Prime Ministers, from Winston Churchill to Theresa May. The royal family also has strong connections with Vietnam, with regular visits by His Royal Highness the Duke of York. Today is an opportunity to review how the relationship between the UK and Vietnam has transformed in recent years, and particularly the expansion in our people-to-people links.
It's been a great year for Vietnam and its advocacy of free trade.
It's been a great year for British charity activities in Vietnam.
It's been a great year for combating modern slavery and human trafficking.
It's been a great year for the defence relationship.
It's been a great year for culture and the arts.
Chúng tôi vui mừng nhận thấy rằng quan hệ hữu nghị và hợp tác nhiều mặt giữa Việt Nam và Anh đã không ngừng được củng cố và phát triển trong những năm vừa qua. Việt Nam đánh giá cao vai trò và vị thế của Anh trên trường quốc tế và luôn coi trọng Anh trong chính sách đối ngoại của mình. Xin chân thành cảm ơn Chính phủ và nhân dân Anh đã ủng hộ và có những sự giúp đỡ thiết thực, hiệu quả cho công cuộc phát triển kinh tế xã hội và hội nhập quốc tế của Việt Nam.
Visitors to the UK and Vietnam are increasing, building on the great work done by the British Council on educational partnerships and cultural exchanges. In the future, we're working to strengthen our bilateral ties and to work together to tackle some of the great global campaigns, challenges such as climate change, free trade, open markets, and of course, protecting the rules-based international order.
It has been a great year for UK-Vietnam cooperation on education and training. We bring with its near 100th President, Principal Investor Vietnam to UK to work with university, school and investor of UK. Among our partners, actually, I highly appreciate working with UK partner, and I hope next October agreement between Vietnam and UK government in the area of education to be signed. And nowadays the number of Vietnamese students increasing, about 14,000 numbers in the world of Vietnamese students.
It's been a great year for Vietnam and its advocacy of free trade, including joining the CPTPP and with the EU-VFTA coming closer to ratification. It's also been a great year for UK-Vietnam trade and investment, with bilateral trade now at over 5 billion, with aerospace, financial services, pharmaceutical, healthcare, education and technology leading the way. And it's been a great year for me personally, being able to join the UK and Vietnam team, helping build trade between the UK and Vietnam. I know the future is bright for our two countries, and I'm looking forward to working with you all in the years ahead.
With the warm welcome that Her Majesty's ship Albion received down in Ho Chi Minh City, our inaugural Defence Policy Dialogue held in London, and of course the great success of the Vietnam People's Army in deploying to South Sudan to take over an unmissed Level 2 hospital from the UK military. So this year has been great, but next year is going to be even better.
It's been a great year for science and innovation. Working with experts at the University of Can Tho and the Southern Institute of Water Resources Research in Ho Chi Minh City, we're working as a big collaborative team between UK and Vietnam scientists to seek to understand how the Delta is evolving as a result of these drivers, and ultimately what impact that will have on flood risk, food security and energy security decades from now.
Trong năm vừa qua là một năm rất tuyệt vời trong việc hợp tác trong lĩnh vực y tế giữa Việt Nam và Vương quốc Anh. Chúng tôi cũng hy vọng là trong thời gian tới sẽ phát huy được những cái thành tựu này và cũng sẽ tiếp tục mở rộng việc hợp tác giữa hai đất nước.
So this year we've also started a major UK-funded project in Vietnam worth £3 million, which will raise awareness about human trafficking in the high-risk provinces, assist victims and build the capacity of the Vietnamese law enforcement. Modern slavery and human trafficking is an international crime that requires an international response, and the UK and Vietnam are now working closer than ever in tackling the issue.
Through the British Council's initiative Cultural Heritage for Inclusive Growth, UK funding has promoted greater visibility and presence of Vietnam's cultural heritage in film and music through a range of contexts and activities. We're also pleased to have been part of many other memorable arts activities throughout the year, including the Crafting Futures exhibition, in which we brought together the works and products of 20 emerging Vietnamese designers, combining traditional practice with contemporary craft design. And we're also thrilled to have been part of the Inspire Me Festival, in which we screened 2 wonderful UK films.
Với Hoàng gia Anh, chính phủ Anh, đặc biệt là Thái tử đã là người sáng kiến và có rất nhiều cái hoạt động đi đầu trong công cuộc đấu tranh đối với các cái loài động thực vật hoang dã. Và Việt Nam cùng với chính phủ Anh cũng là một trong những quốc gia chúng ta đã tổ chức những hội nghị quốc tế thành công. Sau cái hội nghị Hà Nội năm 2016 thì tháng 10 vừa qua chính phủ Anh đã tổ chức cái hội nghị quốc tế về chống buôn bán trái pháp luật các loài hoang dã này tại London. Tôi đã được tham gia. Tôi cũng rất mong là hai đất nước chúng ta tiếp tục thực hiện rất tốt cái tuyên bố London năm 2018.
It has been a great year for tourism. A record number of British tourists came to Vietnam in 2018, over 310,000. That's the biggest number in Europe. And a record number of Vietnamese visited the UK, over 19,000. These are important indicators of how our people want to find out more about each other, their lives and cultures.
British Charities are shaping and accelerating improvements in newborn care, providing life-changing surgery for severely disabled children, and many other activities, supported by great partnerships and teamwork with Vietnamese public hospitals, schools and the Vietnamese ministries. By sharing a century of medical expertise, we will support Vietnam to achieve world-class care for all citizens.
So Facing World has been active in Vietnam for the past 10 years, and it is a wonderful international collaboration and sign of friendship between many countries, Vietnam, the UK, the United States and Canada. We have a network of wonderful doctors in all those countries who are working together to help the poor children in Vietnam who are born with facial defects find the treatment that they need.
Nhờ sự hỗ trợ của Bộ Phát triển Quốc tế Chính phủ Anh, Mark sẽ tiếp tục ra phá bom mìn để làm lại cuộc sống bình yên và an toàn cho người dân. Tôi rất lấy làm tự hào được cùng Mark thực hiện công việc hết sức ý nghĩa này.
It's been a great year.